Hey everyone, this is Sarah Black with Hardcore Vigilante Studios, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Arteza EverBlend skin tone markers. Before I start, I would like to thank Arteza for sending me these pack of markers to review. After I tried them out on a couple of drawings, I was really impressed with how well these markers worked, so I actually bought myself a second set of markers because they were on sale for Black Friday, and it was a pretty sweet deal. So now I have a backup set for when these start running out, so yay! Alright, now, let's get started. As you can see, I really took the time to get to know these markers. I used them to color many drawings, and then I ultimately decided to use the fall sprite drawing as the demo for this YouTube video. I felt that this drawing was the one where I used the markers in the most versatile way and to the fullest extent. As you can see, I used the markers for about 90% of this piece. Her skin, her hair, the pumpkins. It was awesome. So as you'll see in this video, I just keep swatching the colors off to the side. I don't know why I did do that. It's the habit that I have, and I don't know if it's like insecurity, hesitation, whatever. I did swatch the markers out in a sketchbook beforehand just to test out the colors and see if they match the cap, which they do. They match it pretty well. But for some reason, every time I pick up a new marker, I just swatch it off to the side. I've been doing this ever since I started coloring. I do it with watercolor. I do it with everything. I honestly don't know why I keep doing this. But yeah, you're gonna see the side of my paper just looks like a little marker palette by the end of this video. I don't really have very much to say about these markers other than that they were awesome. Using them was very intuitive and seamless, and that's pretty much the way it should be. You shouldn't be struggling with your tools while you're drawing to get the results that you want. If you know how your tools work, it should just be a seamless process. It should just be you, the paper, and the tools helping you get the look that you want. So if you're drawing and you're constantly having to stop or try to scrub to blend and just putting in all this work, it's distracting you from the coloring process and the drawing process, which is supposed to be, at least for me, it's supposed to be something that's sort of therapeutic and relaxing. It takes you out of your day and you're able to just enjoy yourself and sort of see your vision come to life. The tools, maybe the techniques can give you trouble, maybe you mess up in a couple of areas, but I feel like your tools, you shouldn't have to fight against them. And so that's one of the things that I really liked about these markers, is that I was not brought out of the drawing experience when I was using them. I was just doing my thing. I was coloring, it was looking nice, and it was seamless. I was blending. I wasn't having to scrub just to try to blend out some lines. I didn't get hard lines or edges where I didn't want them. And so I feel like they were just doing what I wanted them to do. So that was really awesome. Because it wasn't even conscious of which markers I was using, what brand. It was coming out beautiful. It was coming out awesome. I was happy. I was able to do what I wanted to do. And that's pretty much all you can ask for an art supply. It's just for it to do what you want it to do without frustrating you or making you jump through hoops or do anything crazy like that. So definitely top marks for that. So one of the issues I had with the set of 60 markers that they sent me was that there weren't enough shades in there to get a nice smooth transition from color to color. So there was a lot of just jarring gaps, and I think this pack shows the full capability of the Arteza brand, because there are enough colors and they're soft transparent colors, so you can get a nice smooth transition and a really beautiful blend. So there aren't any hard edges, there's no jumps or gaps. So I think that once they're able to do this for all of their colors, not just the skin tones, they're gonna be quite a competitor in the marker field, because they do have some really great transitions and some vibrant color. So before we move on to talk about the rest of her, can we just take a moment to appreciate how vibrant these colors are? I took this screenshot just of her skin tones being done because I was really happy with the way they turned out. Her skin tone is poppin', and I think that has to be my favorite quality of the Arteza markers. If I had to express them in one word, it would be vibrant. So one thing I like about this pack as well is that even though they're called skin tone markers, they don't just have colors that are like, oh, specifically skin tone. They also have some oranges and some yellows and some pinks in the mix. As you can see, when I start doing the pumpkins, you can get these nice oranges and yellows. And there were some that were even light enough, so I was able to liven up the brown of the Sprite's skin tone with some golds, and then do like a nice little overtone and some yellows, make it just sort of pop a bit more. And then I was able to put some blush in her cheeks. So it was really, really awesome that they were able to include that as well. So moving on, I don't really have any complaints about these markers, about this specific set of markers. I think this set of markers is awesome. I mean, if I really started nitpicking, I'm sure I could come up with a few complaints. For example, they don't have a brush tip yet, and I know a lot of people really like using brush tip markers, but I don't really have a problem using a chisel nib or a bullet nib. In fact, I kind of prefer to use a chisel nib because I feel like you could get lighter tones by just like brushing it lightly over the paper. Whereas with brush tip markers, I feel like they're just too juicy and they just let out all of this ink on your page. And sometimes it's like a waste of ink or it's going too dark. So if you're interested in grabbing a pair of these markers, I would definitely say go for it. They're really good quality markers, they're vibrant colors, and definitely for the price you pay, it's a great deal. I'll put a link to them down in the description if you're interested in checking them out. And I just want to thank Arteza again for sending me these markers to try out, and thank you guys for watching. And if you want to see more of this content, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to keep the dream alive.